Yeah, my nephew is kind of like standing in front, so if I murder anybody, it's him.
Yeah.
But I mean, thank goodness, the fire trucks and everything did come. So it wasn't like we did that for nothing. We did it for something. But then, of course, my sister, who's been in the hotel industry for a long time, like emailed them and was like, yo, bad plan for disabled people.
Yeah. So it was just a drill, or was it actually for something?
No, well, we never fully got the answer, but I mean, it was enough that the fire department came and they made us stay outside until they checked it out. So it wasn't like, hey, we're practicing, hold on to your hats. So, but like I say, in all those things, we kind of view it differently, because if I didn't have my sister there and I couldn't get down, like, why did you put me on that floor? And like we said, maybe we should have been more forceful with it, but we never thought we would have a fire drill.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a room slightly down from ours that had like a doorbell and everything, so obviously was for like hard of hearing. So what if nobody's alerting them? They obviously can't hear the fire alarm. So there's just different things that we saw. So my muscles are still sore from the 5-flight fury, because you can't go slow. You're not, I literally had people laugh at me. So finally, I'm just used to like leaning on the wall and being like, go ahead.
That small of a staircase that holding people up?
Like, I'm literally the caboose that I'm holding people up. Yeah. So we just kind of not waited without hurry, but we let the big chunk of people pass.
Yeah, definitely. You want to get out of there, but that's kind of good that it maybe forced you to examine some things and
realize I need to be in a better shape for sure.
Yeah.
My little heart was like bing, 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 bing. It got to work out. So,
well,
how
good.
was your week?
Glad you're safe. Good. This was the 1 week a month where we do the push to the pier in Long Beach.
Ah, cool.
Yeah. So I think it was some traffic issues that people were running into, but I got there. It was like a miracle. There was an open handicap spot.
Wow.
Which I had gotten a ticket for.
Yeah.
A few weeks ago, and I got, I don't know if I mentioned it, but I found out that I did have to pay it.
Okay.
So I've reached out to the Attorney General of California to get some clarification on whether a local municipality can just ignore state ordinances at will, because they can just do that, or and where is the line drawn? Where's the line drawn? What else can they just ignore without impunity? Hopefully it's not murder.
Right.
Imagine, that's, of course, if for effect, that's an exaggeration.
That's extreme, however. Yeah.
But I didn't realize that laws were just open to local municipalities just being able to pick and choose. I didn't know laws were a la carte, but evidently they are.
Right.
Well, so.
A la carte laws. Yeah. Great.
So we'll find out. And I also learned today, won't mention any names, but she got her ticket waived, and a couple other of us didn't.
Oh.
So, I mean,
why?
I don't have the words. Why? At least if we're going to do this, shouldn't it be applied evenly? That if you get a ticket, nobody gets,
Yeah.
And I sent pictures of my van with a ramp and, and the actual verbiage on the ordinance from the California state website, and got denied, as another gentleman did. So, just got questions. But anyway, had a nice day. Had pushed the pier. I was sore yesterday. Today's not too bad, but
you pushed it.
Yeah. And I don't think I've ever had my forearms kind of feel as sore as they are today, and elbow. So, but it means I had a good workout. So good.
Yeah,
good.
that's what I was saying to Amanda. I was like, I didn't know I had a muscle right there in the front of my leg. That feels so weird.
And I was I don't know that with the state of my shoulders, a lot of people went and did another round because they just go about a mile down the the boardwalk kind of thing and the bike path, and then they come back, and then everybody's like, let's go again. I'm like, I'm going to hang out here and just. Like next month, I think I'll do it. I just wanted to see, post one day if it would really aggravate.
Yes. Yeah, test it.
The pain and everything. So, just soreness from, the workout, nothing that like aggravated anything else. So, yeah. And I was surprised that cardio-wise, I did fairly well for somebody who doesn't really get a lot of exercise.
Good job.
Yeah. I thought I'd be that would stop me before anything else.
Right.
Just like, I need some air. But
Right?
it was all right.
Oxygen.
And then I did have a doctor's visit this week, and this is another thing. And I just got back from kind of going out hunting. But one of the things is I kind of wanted to try like Ozempic or Wegovy, because I've been trying to lose weight, and I even have gone. I mean, this is kind of an ongoing thing for years, and is I've started with just doing the easy things like cutting portions, and and over the years I've gotten rid of, like, I used to drink fruit juice. You think fruit juice is healthy, and then somebody says, oh, there's a lot of sugar in there. Okay, got to cut that out, and I've cut back on my soda, cut back on, so many things like that. And, to no avail. And I've actually started like cutting back more recently over the last few months, even like rice altogether and potatoes altogether, starches.
Carbs.
Yeah, exactly. And so, and I'm not getting any bigger, but I'm not shrinking like I'd like to. Just a few pounds, 20, 25 pounds, just make it easier to transfer, take some of the weight off my shoulders and all that. Well, and then I have ChatGPT. I just tell I want to do intermittent fasting.
Yeah.
Want to eat after 11, 2 meals between 11 and 5.
Yep.
And with the goal of losing maybe a couple of pounds. I forget what I told her, either not even a week, I think, but maybe a month. And, and have a goal of losing 20 to 25 pounds. And it prints out this whole 2-week menu for me of meals and everything. And that's where I got irritated, because it's all 60% of it is stuff that I already eat.
Right.
Have a broiled chicken breast and some asparagus. That's what I eat,
Yeah.
So I mean, what else am I going to do other than just not eat at all?
Yeah.
So
Water, Doug. That's it.
And water. Yeah, more water.
Yeah.
Woo, I'll just melt away.
Yeah. No,
So we'll see.
know.
But my doctor was resistive for some reason that she didn't really articulate, other than she can't monitor my weight because I can't get on the scale, because they just have a standing scale. And she said, well, maybe you need to find one where you can get on with your wheelchair. And I kind of lean over to her and say, I got an idea. Why don't you get one? And she said, oh, no, they're expensive. They could be thousands of dollars. I said, nope. I've checked on Amazon. They're under $500. Then she had to scurry for another excuse, so.
Well, that's just crazy, because you can't be the only one that cannot get on a scale.
Right. And that's what I said. And she said, well, I only have 2 or 3 other clients that are in a wheelchair.
Duh.
Yeah. Well, maybe to have more.
Yeah, for sure.
But so she had the idea to go to a veterinarian.
I was going to wonder if that was what her thought was.
So I went to the veterinarian today, stopped at one here near me, got this big, nice animal hospital, and asked them, and she said, well, let me ask management. So she disappears into a room, comes back after a while and says, oh, no, they don't. Sorry, we're not going to be able to do that. And I'm like, well, do you mind if I ask, like, what was the deal? And she said, well, you get a kick out of this. She said, I didn't think it would be fair to our animal patients. Wouldn't be fair to our animal patients. What does that even mean?
You're in their way.
That means no, but we have no reason whatsoever why it's a no, but we're just going to say no. But
where to go? Pull it out of the quiet.
Exactly. So in the continuing the conversation with her, she did say that it's not like a scale that I could just roll on. They have to, there's like at least a step like that you have to get up on it. So, okay. But she did say, how about at the VA hospital?
Oh.
And I'm like, yeah. Oh. So, of course.
She's being helpful.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. We had a nice conversation. I wasn't an asshole about it. But,
no.
But I was, although I maybe wanted to be a little bit, but anyway, I didn't. But yeah, that was a good suggestion. And so I've reached out to some of my friends in the vet community, and we're going to check at the VA hospital and see what we come up with. So,
what about like Casa Galena or something? Yeah,
maybe. I'll check with them.
That's another thought.
Yeah, I'm going to put that on the list. That's a good one. Absolutely. All righty. I think that's all I got.
Well, there we go.
Yeah, at least that's all I got that I want to bore people with.